You guys haven't seen the Legacy in a bit. Let me give you an update what's been going on. So last time you saw it, we got it running for the first time finally on that snowy day. There was a thing in the flywheel, fixed all that. You've already seen that video. If you haven't, click in this corner, it'll pop up. But you probably think, why haven't I been driving the Legacy recently? I should make tons of videos if it runs. First of all, we don't have it registered yet. And there's a reason for that. The running lights aren't wired. They were wired at one point, but the running lights do not work. So I cannot drive this car at night, which is primarily when I drive it, especially wintertime here in Colorado. It gets dark at like 4:35. So I can't go out. I can't go hit the toge, guys. I can go out in the daytime, but I still don't have the tags registered, so I might get pulled over for that. But we also had some other problems. First of all, coolant leaks everywhere over here in this area. Used to smoke everywhere. I determined it was the radiator because I kept finding fluid all on top of the little the AC thing right there. And the only way coolant could drip down from there is from the radiator. The guy at Subaru Recycler says the little O-ring, or not the little O-ring, the huge O-ring that goes across the plastic tops of these likes to burst in the winter or break down. So we got a new radiator. It's actually right there. It's got the fans from the old one on it. So that should hopefully fix that. However, a check engine light popped up one day. We used David's code reader, and it said that cylinder number 1, right here, where all the coolant kept leaking onto it, is misfiring. What I assume is the coil pack on it shorted out, so we've also got a coil pack over there in the Expedition. What else? We started hitting boost right after we got it running, and after a bit of time, since this still has the 20 psi tune on it, and since this is a stock TD04 turbo, you're not supposed to put 20 psi through it. This turbo blew. It whines really loud. It only makes 10 psi now. He's messing with the windshield wipers. So right now, I've got the old turbo that has been in my room for months. We took it up to Subaru Recycler, so I was a bit worried about the shaft plate in the old one that we haven't put in yet. But the guy at Subaru Recycler said it's a fine enough shaft plate. It should last us a good while. And it's not blown. So this one, I'm trying to rip out now, which is no easy task because, well, I already got the downpipe bolts off, which are always a real hoe to get off because they get heated and reheated, and it feels like a 500-pound gorilla has tightened them down. Next, I got to go try and get these up pipe bolts off, which are even harder because they have the same amount of torque on them, but they're in a harder location to get to. What else? I just took off the oil feed line on the top and the coolant feed line on the top. And hopefully, once we get the radiator in, get the cold pack replaced, if I can even get my hand down there, which it looks like I actually can, and get the turbo replaced, we can get this bad boy registered. We can get the hood scoop that I bought put on it. And we will have ourselves, it'll be street legal, and I can go hit the toge a bit. I also got a new phone. Just got a new phone, and this video is in 4K because the phone films in 4K, and it's easier to film this with a phone or a GoPro than it is my actual expensive camera, since it's just run and gun and my hands get all dirty. I don't want to get my $1,000 camera all messed up, so we're just going to film with the $1,000 phone. But it's easier to film with. Also, it's water resistant and all that jazz, so it's a lot more durable than the camera. Yeah, I've also got some pretty good videos in store. Thinking up. I've got one that I'm really excited to do, but that won't be till the summertime, so keep a lookout for that thing. But for now, let's fix this goddamn Legacy. Let's get this thing on the road. Let's hit some boost, you know? Wash it a bit, maybe. I actually took it snow drifting, hit a couple curbs, had some fun, but it was still limping. What else? Yeah, interior's not done still. Still got no carpeting in here, or no back seats, because wiring still has to be done. Yeah, Legacy's a bit beat up, but she's gonna pull hard as soon as we get her going. Well, I will see you guys once I get this turbo either out or I'm complaining about getting it out. Okay, guys, so it's later. Old turbo came off, a new turbo is going on without a hitch so far. I'm just bolting up all the exhaust bolts, and then we should have that new turbo on. Crazy thing is, though, where's the old turbo? Over here. So we take off the old turbo, and I thought this compressor housing looks a bit bigger than the TD04. And we've got a TD05H on this thing. I don't know if you can see it. It's like, it says TD05H on it. So I've got an STI, I had an STI turbo in there without even knowing it. Too bad it's blown. I'll probably take it and rebuild it and put it back in here eventually, but for now we're just going to keep the WRX turbo in here and run stock WRX boost and numbers. So, I'm going to keep getting this turbo on, and then I got to move to working on the coil packs and the radiator and all that. So, let's keep going. Okay, so it's nighttime now. and it's not just the same night, it's actually a few nights later. I'm working on the car. I finally got the turbo all bolted in. We had some problems with stripping on the up pipe bolts, but we finally lined it up correctly. It's bolted in, intercooler's bolted on. It should work. Now we are working, well, I am working on getting the coil pack in here, right? Coil pack changed out. It's down there. It's going to be a tight fit. I actually don't know if I can pull something this long out of that small of a space. So I might have to like jack up the engine or something. But I'm going to give it a try right now. Just unbolt it. Try and get it out of there for now. Let's see. Where's the plug? It's on the bottom of it. I might have to unplug it first too. So that's where we are right now. I got the old coil pack out. It is covered in coolant. That probably explains why it most likely shorted. We got Zach here on the stairs. Just took a massive dump. I'm gonna follow suit. But before I do anything, I'm actually gonna try my best to look inside of my spark plug area. I'm just shoving my expensive ass phone. I finally got the coil pack in. It was actually very simple to get to. I forgot that they're sort of flexible on the end, so it was actually, the tight space actually wasn't that hard. I took out the air filter and everything as you saw before. But I got the new coil pack in, plugged in, got the air filter back on, the MAF plugged in, you know, hose clamp tightened down. Radiator is in, it's secure, everything is hooked up, all the fans, all the tubing and everything. Now what I've got to do is figure out how to fill this thing up with coolant, because my dad's been the one that's been doing that. So now I've got to figure out how to do that myself, and then maybe take this thing for a spin. But it is raining out, which is weird because it's winter and it's not really supposed to rain. But yeah, it's all back together. I just got to get coolant in it and turn it on. I'm not going to drive it too hard because it still is on the 20 PSI tune that I bought it with, and 20 PSI through a stock WRX turbo is not going to end too well. So I'm probably not going to drive it hard until I get an access port or something to get a regular tune back on this thing. So. Is that Cole?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh no! I'm not even gonna reach out there now. It's over there.
So how's the golf, Ian?
It's great.
Oh, there you go.